The lights come up, the music hits, and WWF Saturday Night's main event is back with a night designed to introduce the viewing audience to a whole new collection of personalities, power, and possibility. For many watching at home, this will be the very first look at the men who are looking to make their mark under the bright national spotlight. And first impressions tonight could last a lifetime. From hard-working competitors chasing recognition to charismatic athletes with star potential to towering forces of nature who seem almost impossible to stop. This episode presents a cross-section of everything the World Wrestling Federation has to offer. Every matchup is a proving ground. Every entrance is a statement. And every wrestler stepping through the curtain knows that millions of eyes are watching for the first time. Saturday night's main event isn't just about wins and losses, it's about discovery. It's where future favorites are born, where reputations are built in an instant, and where the WWF Universe gets its first taste of men who could soon define an era. By the time the final bell rings, fans won't just remember the matches, they'll remember the names. Tonight, new faces collide, legends in the making emerge, and one impossible main event will put heart against sheer size in a story everyone can understand the moment they see it. This is WWF Saturday Night's main event, and it all begins now. Welcome back, everyone, to the second edition of WWF Saturday Night's main event. We are ready to open tonight's action with a matchup that introduces two very different paths to this national stage. In one corner is Randy Rose coming down to the ring now. He is a seasoned veteran who has spent years traveling from town to town, building his career one match at a time, waiting for a moment like this. Across the ring stands a man who believes the spotlight was inevitable. A man arriving in the World Wrestling Federation with confidence, ambition, and a clear vision of greatness. His opponent tonight will be the Macho Man, Randy Savage. This is the first time the viewing audience has laid eyes on either competitor, given that this is just our second episode, and first impressions count here in the WWF. One man is fighting for opportunity, the other is fighting to begin a legacy. As the Macho Man, Randy Savage, makes his way down to the ring, you can see his manager trailing behind him, the beautiful Miss Elizabeth. Before the bell rings tonight, let's take a moment to remember what set the tone just 1 week ago on the very first Saturday night's main event. The WWF Universe watched Hulk Hogan storm onto the stage and make an immediate impact with a decisive victory over the Brooklyn Brawler. Tito Santana showed why he is one of the most respected competitors in the sport, using speed and endurance to overcome Jesse the Body Ventura. The power and destruction of Demolition was on full display as they dominated the Hart Foundation, earning recognition as the inaugural WWF Tag Team Champions and confirming their reputation as one of the most feared teams in the world. We also witnessed Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff rise to the occasion, defeating High Chief Peter Maivia to be crowned the first ever Intercontinental Champion. And in a main event steeped in tradition and strength, Bruno Sammartino stood tall over superstar Billy Graham, earning the honor of becoming the inaugural WWF World Heavyweight Champion. That was history in the making, and tonight new competitors are looking to take their first steps towards moments like those. And the match is kicked off. You see Randy Rose with a surprising advantage, but Macho Man Randy Savage quickly establishing control. You'd have to consider the Macho Man the favorite in this match, but who knows? This is our first time getting a look at either superstar here. So Randy Rose could definitely shock the world, but I think the betting favorites think that Macho Man Randy Savage will run wild here tonight. You can see that power from Savage, big clothesline there. A couple of points on Both superstars here. Randy Rose began wrestling in the late 1970s after training with regional veterans. He cut his teeth in smaller independent promotions across the Midwest and the Southeast. He's known as a dependable worker who could help build younger talent. He developed a rugged, no-frills style focused on endurance and toughness, and that's what's got him into the World Wrestling Federation here tonight with this tremendous opportunity to take on the Macho Man. And look at this, Savage going for a pin already, but no, Randy Rose is able to kick out a little too early for that pin attempt from Savage. Now on the other side of the ring, the Macho Man, as he likes to call himself, Randy Savage. He was raised around wrestling and trained extensively before entering the major promotions. He competed in multiple regional territories, refining a unique combination of power and agility. He's known for a meticulous approach to training and match preparation. He's developed a reputation for intensity and focus that sets him apart from the other competitors. Oh, look at this, a sleeper hold applied by the Macho Man, but he throws Rose down quickly. He wasn't trying to get a submission victory too hard, it seems. The Macho Man firmly in control right now over the journeyman Randy Rose. Now Savage delivering a big right knee, and it looks like Savage may be going for another pin attempt. Yes, there is another pin attempt. Can Rose kick out? Yes. Rose is able to keep this match going, but Savage clearly in control. Look at this, Randy Rose now trying to make a little bit of a run. He's going to the top rope. This is a risky maneuver from Randy Rose. Will it pay off? And Rose taking too much time up there to taunt, and now Randy Savage comes storming back, and Rose in trouble once again. Of course, Randy Rose, always fighting hard, earns a lot of respect from the fans and fellow competitors, but you can see Macho Man Randy Savage not caring one bit. Just absolutely running roughshod in that ring here tonight. Of course, Miss Elizabeth, Randy Savage's manager, plays a key part in his success, providing key insights despite the sometimes questionable treatment that Randy Savage treats her with. But so far, things working out very well for the Macho Man. A big body slam there. Now picking Rose up. Carrying, oh no, look at this. Randy Rose now looking to make a little run of his own. Going, I thought he was going to go to the ropes, but he's going back to the top rope yet again, and again it backfires. Randy Rose really needs to learn when to go for those top rope maneuvers. Now here's a pinfall attempt from Randy Savage, but no, yet another kick out from Randy Rose, and this match will continue. But it looks like it's just a matter of time before Savage closes things out here. It's been pretty one-sided, I have to say. Oh, look at that, a big body slam there. Now the Macho Man going to the top rope. Will his risky maneuver pay off? Randy Rose getting to his feet, and there is, a big double axe handle there from the Macho Man. Lays Randy Rose down, but now Macho Man right back to the top rope, and this could be it. This is his finisher, folks. That's the flying elbow drop, and that's gotta be it, folks. No way Randy Rose is getting up from that. There's one, there's two, and there is three. The Macho Man, Randy Savage, gets the victory over Randy Rose here tonight. And Savage earns his very first victory in the WWF in his very first match. Of course, Miss Elizabeth looking on approvingly from ringside as Randy Savage absolutely dominates Randy Rose in his first WWF match here. A very impressive debut from the Macho Man. As we're taking a look at the highlights here, you see a big slam there from Savage. There is the Macho Man throwing Rose down again with another body slam. Savage would then connect with this double axe handle. It's kind of questionable, a questionable hit there. But then there was the flying elbow drop from the Macho Man. That put the nail in the coffin, and Savage is victorious in his debut match here in the WWF. What a debut for the Macho Man. I think we can look forward to bigger and brighter things from this incredible superstar. He's definitely got a bright future ahead here in the WWF. We'll be back with our next match shortly. Fans, this next contest could not be a sharper contrast in styles, size, or spirit. On one side of the ring stands a man whose energy and heart have already begun to win over crowds wherever he goes, Koko B. Ware. And across from him tonight looms a truly frightening presence, a man whose very arrival changes the atmosphere in the building, King Kong Bundy, accompanied at ringside by the devious Bobby the Brain Heenan. This is speed and resilience versus overwhelming power, and for the viewing audience, it's your first look at both men on this national stage. First, coming to the ring, here is Koko B. Ware. Now, Koko has entered professional wrestling after excelling as a standout amateur athlete. He built his reputation in regional promotions through speed, agility, and endurance, and he's known for a high-energy style that keeps him constantly in motion. He relies on quick strikes and aerial maneuvers rather than brute strength. And that could not contrast more with his opponent tonight, now making his way down to the ring, the enormous King Kong Bundy, being accompanied to the ring by Bobby the Brain Heenan, of course his manager, that will pull no stops on getting his superstar the win. Now, some facts on King Kong Bundy as you see this monster make his way down to the ring. He's one of the largest competitors ever to step into a WWF ring. Of course, not quite the size of one of our main event participants tonight, Andre the Giant. Also not quite the size of Big John Studd. But King Kong Bundy, you see an enormous individual, and one all superstars here have to take very seriously if they don't want to get injured in that ring with him. Now, King Kong Bundy has built his reputation by overwhelming and dominating smaller opponents. He rarely needs elaborate strategy. His size alone dictates the match most of the time. He's known for short, brutal contests that'll leave opponents broken down. Let's see if Koko B. Ware can shock the world tonight and get the win. But right away, King Kong Bundy establishing control in this match. See, he's got a tremendous size advantage. Koko B. Ware definitely working at a disadvantage in this match. But if Koko B. Ware can turn that speed and agility into a weapon, he might be able to overcome King Kong Bundy, at least for a few moments. And maybe just those few moments is all Koko B. Ware needs. One or two quick flurry of moves, and you never know what can happen in that WWF ring. But King Kong Bundy, for now, completely in control of this match. Oh, look at this. A quick reversal by Koko B. Ware. He's fighting back now. The crowd getting behind Koko B. Ware. They love this energetic and athletic superstar. And Koko B. Ware already making a costly mistake, going to the top rope before King Kong Bundy was ready to be down on the mat for too long. Now look at this. Bundy, I thought he was going to go for a pin, but now he's just delivering right hands to the head of Koko B. Ware. Koko taking all sorts of abuse early. Now Koko B. Ware definitely has popularity with the fans, and that could put him directly in the path of established stars like Tito Santana, another fan favorite, especially if both men pursue the Intercontinental Championship. I think King Kong Bundy has his sights set on the World Heavyweight Championship, of course, held by Bruno Sammartino. And here is a pin attempt from King Kong Bundy, but Koko B. Ware able to kick out relatively easily. A fight still left in Koko. Now, Koko's speed-heavy style could frustrate power wrestlers who believe championships should belong to the strongest man. That's not always the case. Here in professional wrestling, the biggest man, the strongest man, they don't always win. Sometimes that speed and agility, as Koko B. Ware is showing now, can trump the size and power of the much larger wrestler. But now look at this. King Kong Bundy right back in control, using that power to just rain blows down on Koko B. Ware. King Kong Bundy's sheer dominance could immediately place him on a collision course with top champions like the World Heavyweight Champion Bruno Sammartino. You can be sure that Bruno Sammartino is watching this match and seeing a potential rival. Now here's King Kong Bundy going for a pin attempt, but the referee does not see it. Bobby Heenan had removed a turnbuckle pad, and the referee was reattaching that pad during that pin attempt, so no count on that pin attempt. I'm not sure Bundy would have been able to keep Koko B. Ware down for the full 3 count anyway. But look at this, King Kong Bundy just carrying Koko B. Ware like a small child and dropping him down on top of the rope, right on his neck, now choking the life out of Koko B. Ware. It's a valiant effort so far tonight from Koko, but I think King Kong Bundy looks to be well on his way to winning this match. And here comes a big elbow drop there from the much larger Bundy. I think Koko is in trouble, folks. As much as the crowd here would love to see Koko B. Ware win this match, it doesn't seem to be going well. And here's a submission maneuver from King Kong Bundy. Can Koko B. Ware break out of it? Yes. Now Koko B. Ware, can he use this slight opening? No, a big right hand there from King Kong Bundy. Bundy just back to dominating in this match. Of course, King Kong Bundy's size challenges the legitimacy of smaller champions trying to hold on to gold. We don't have too many small champions right now. Oh, look at that devastating body splash from King Kong Bundy. And I think that's it, folks. There is 3. Yes, King Kong Boo, or King Kong Bundy, as he's actually known by. It looks like there was a little graphical error from backstage. But King Kong Bundy gets overwhelming victory. As much as the crowd was trying to will Koko B. Ware on to victory, just was not to be tonight, as King Kong Bundy gets the win in his debut match here in the WWF, and the entire WWF is put on notice. Of course, we do have a couple larger individuals, but it could be argued that nobody competes with the ferocity that King Kong Bundy brings to the ring each match. And here you see the replay of that big body splash. It's not fast, it's not quick, but it sure is effective, and it laid out Koko B. Ware for the 3 count. And King Kong Bundy is here in the WWF to absolutely dominate, and he did just that here on Saturday night's main event, episode number 2, in his debut match, and his manager Bobby Heenan looking on with pleasure as King Kong Bundy runs roughshod. And we'll be right back with our next match. Still to come on WWF Saturday night's main event, fans, this next matchup brings national pride, raw power, and clashing philosophies into the ring. Representing Canada and guided by the outspoken Jimmy Hart, the mouth of the South, we have one of the strongest men in professional wrestling today making his way down to the ring right now. He goes by the name of Dino Bravo. And the man who will face him tonight is a man who embodies discipline, toughness, and American pride. A competitor who has earned the respect of fans everywhere, Sergeant Slaughter. This is the first time the viewing audience has seen either man on this stage, and this one is about more than just a win. It's about identity. Dino Bravo in the ring hails from Canada and proudly represents his homeland in every appearance. He's built his reputation as a powerhouse with remarkable physical strength and is known for emphasizing raw power and pressure over speed and agility. But his opponent tonight, extremely popular with all the American fans, of course, the man known as Sergeant Slaughter. Now, Slaughter competes with a persona built around discipline, honor, and toughness. He wrestles as an all-American hero admired by fans of all ages. He's known for a punishing, methodical wrestling style. He relies on endurance, conditioning, and grit rather than flash. Where Slaughter has built his reputation through hard-fought matches rather than taking shortcuts. He represents perseverance and resilience inside the ring. Of course, as the all-American image that he projects, he emphasizes fair competition and respect for the rules. Now here we go, about to kick things off in our 3rd match of Saturday night's main event. Canada versus America. Oh, look at this. Dino Bravo trying to come out quickly, but Sergeant Slaughter ducks that clothesline attempt, and the two wrestlers are locked up. Now, Dino Bravo may have the edge in terms of raw strength, but Sergeant Slaughter's no slouch in that department either, and his determination and sheer grit probably make him the favorite in this match. We'll see what happens, though. It's either man's game, and look at this. Sergeant Slaughter working out of that hold, and now he is in control, applying a move, a pressure submission move to Dino Bravo. I don't think he's going to get a submission out of it, but he's looking to weaken that arm for down the road. Now, Dino Bravo believes that pure strength should dictate championship opportunities, and that puts him at odds with champions like Bruno Sammartino, who values heart and endurance. Of course, our world heavyweight champion Bruno Sammartino, who defeated superstar Billy Graham just last week to capture that world title, he would respect Sergeant Slaughter much more than he would Dino Bravo. And if it were up to Bruno, would much more likely give a championship opportunity to Sergeant Slaughter than Dino Bravo. Look at this. Sergeant Slaughter fighting back now. The two men just going back and forth. Slaughter picking Dino Bravo up, and a gorilla press slam from Sergeant Slaughter. And now he's going for a pin attempt. I don't think he's going to be able to get a 3 count here. Barely gets a 1 count. So this match continues between the two powerhouses with contrasting worldviews. You can see Jimmy Hart at ringside offering words of encouragement to Dino Bravo. He hasn't gotten too involved in the match just yet, but I'm sure that will change at some point. Slaughter working on that right arm of Dino Bravo, and now look at that, a great suplex there from Sergeant Slaughter. With Jimmy Hart, the manager of Dino Bravo, he can always get involved in any match and create instant friction with rule-respecting competitors like Sergeant Slaughter. And look at this. Jimmy Hart was just in the ring for some reason. Now Dino Bravo establishing control, and Sergeant Slaughter might be in some trouble. Look at that. Dino Bravo now working. Oh, look at the incredible power shown by Dino Bravo, picking Slaughter up, turning him over, and then dropping him down. It looks like Dino Bravo might be setting up a finishing move here. Could this be it, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, look at that incredible move by Dino Bravo. He's going to go for the pin. Could Sergeant Slaughter actually get pinned this quickly? No. Slaughter is able to kick out at 2, but Slaughter is definitely in trouble, folks. And look at this, more incredible strength shown by Dino Bravo, picking Sergeant Slaughter up. What incredible strength shown by the Canadian strongman, and he just drops Sergeant Slaughter down. And Dino Bravo is feeling it, ladies and gentlemen. This could... Oh, look at this, though. Sergeant Slaughter now fighting back. Big headbutt there from Slaughter. And the crowd getting behind Sergeant Slaughter as he fights back. Now picking Dino Bravo up, and a devastating move there from Slaughter. Dino Bravo now seeing stars and just completely laying prone on the ground. And now Sergeant Slaughter, he might be applying his patented camel clutch. Yes, I think that is the finishing maneuver from Sergeant Slaughter, and that is it, folks. Slaughter, as it says on the screen there, Sergeant Slaughter gets the victory over the Canadian strongman Dino Bravo in a match that went back and forth. Both superstars had their moments where it looked like they were firmly in control. And look at that. You can see on that replay, Jimmy Hart trying to get involved. And that is when Dino Bravo was actually handling Sergeant Slaughter. But in the end, Slaughter fights back and gets the victory in his debut match here in the WWF. Looking at the replay, incredible strength shown by Dino Bravo. You can see where he is a threat in the heavyweight division. And he definitely had Sergeant Slaughter on the ropes for a little bit there. There's a pin attempt that we thought it might be over, but Sergeant Slaughter showing that tenacity and grit that he's known for, kicks out at 2, and then quickly establishes control, delivers this punishing move, and then applies that patented camel clutch, and Sergeant Slaughter gets the win here tonight, folks. Crowd loving it. The All-American hero, Sergeant Slaughter, victorious in his WWF debut. You can see Dino Bravo recovering on the outside of the ring. Jimmy Hart can't even go over to him, disgusted by the loss. But what a win by Sergeant Slaughter. And we'll be back soon for our next match of the night here on Saturday night's main event, episode number 2. And fans, this next matchup brings chaos colliding with controversy. On one side stands a massive, dangerous force who thrives on intimidation. That is the one-man gang. And across the ring from him tonight is a man the world is just beginning to meet, a loud, confrontational, and fearless competitor who never backs down from a fight, Rowdy Roddy Piper. This is the first national look at both men, and this one promises emotion, unpredictability, and absolute volatility from the opening bell. First coming down to the ring, followed to the ring by his manager, Slick, is the man known as One Man Gang. He is known for his enormous size and brawling-based wrestling style. He built his reputation by overpowering opponents rather than out-wrestling them. He's rarely concerned with rules or sportsmanship. He thrives in chaotic physical matches where structure breaks down. One Man Gang has competed in rougher wrestling territories where survival mattered more than style. His opponent tonight, quickly making a name for himself in the professional wrestling world, Rowdy Roddy Piper. Now, Piper comes from a background steeped in combat sports and tough competition. He built his name as an outspoken, confrontational personality. There's no man in the world that this Rowdy Roddy Piper would back down from in both a verbal argument as well as a physical fight. Piper known just as well for his incredible promo skills, I should say, just as much as he's known for his talent in that squared circle. Piper thrives on verbal warfare just as much as physical competition. He enjoys provoking opponents to draw them into mistakes, and he has competed internationally, gaining experience against many different styles, and believes wrestling is just as much mental as it is physical. And he uses those mental lapses from his opponents to gain the edge and get victories. Piper refuses to be intimidated, regardless of size disadvantage. That will help him tonight, as the one-man gang certainly has the size advantage in tonight's match. But Rowdy Roddy Piper backs down from no man, and here we go, folks. The two-man lock up. And so far, Piper holding his own against one-man gang, but one-man gang does gain the initial edge here, applying a headlock on Piper. But now Piper reversing it. Great move there from Piper. And now Piper working on the left arm of the one-man gang. Slick not happy with this development. And look at that. Nice takedown there from Piper. And right back to work goes Piper. But there's a reversal from one-man gang using his size advantage and power edge to now lock back up with Rowdy Roddy Piper. And one-man gang just tosses Piper to the ground, but misses on a wild hook there. But then grabs Piper, devastating body slam with his full weight behind it. You know Piper felt that one. And now one-man gang choking the life out of Piper on the mat there. Piper's outspoken nature immediately puts him at odds with established stars like Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, who demands respect and recognition of his own. Those two egos wouldn't be able to stand each other for very long. So if Piper decides to put his sights on that Intercontinental title, those two would absolutely be a great rivalry to watch. But look at this. Piper still applying that headlock, hoping to gain the advantage here. But one-man gang tosses him to the ropes and delivers a devastating elbow there. Now going for a pin attempt. Could this be it? One-man gang pinning Piper. There's two, but no. Piper able to kick out after two, and this match will continue. One-man gang's brutality presents a direct threat to champions relying on endurance rather than raw force. Of course, he is in a very, very similar profile as the man we saw earlier tonight, King Kong Bundy. Those two would be an absolutely incredible match to watch, as both are just as vicious as any man in the World Wrestling Federation and have the size advantage over most but those two against each other would be quite the fascinating matchup. Now, Piper's refusal to stay quiet could ignite confrontations with just about anyone. He is not going to be shy about declaring himself better than his opponents. But here's Piper going for a 3-count victory, but no, one-man gang able to kick out, and the match continues. Slick was sweating it on the outside of the ring there, you can see. Now Piper, is he looking to sub? Yes, here's the patented sleeper hold that Roddy Piper uses to put his opponents to sleep. I'm not sure he's going to be able to get one-man gang to submit. No, one-man gang is able to do that little drop move and get out of the sleeper hold, get out of danger, at least for the moment. Piper quickly reestablishing control. There's a big right thigh to the head of one-man gang, and now Piper going for the pin attempt again. There's 2, and there is 3. Roddy Piper was not able to get the submission victory with that sleeper hold, but he is able to follow it up quickly with a pinfall victory, and you could argue that this is somewhat of an upset, as Piper definitely at a size disadvantage here tonight. One-man gang known for his ferocity and viciousness, but Piper never blinks, and he emerges victorious here tonight in both men's debut match in the WWF. You know that both the manager Slick and one-man gang himself will not be happy that they lost their debut match here tonight, and I'm not sure they'll let Roddy Piper go that easily. But for tonight, Piper gets the win. And you know, Piper has his sights set on much bigger things in the WWF, but you have to wonder, how will one-man gang take this loss? His pride is injured. He might still continue to go after Roddy Piper. But for tonight, Piper reveling in his win. And we will be back soon with our next match of the night, folks. And now the main event of WWF Saturday night's main event. Fans, it doesn't get any bigger or more dramatic than this. In our main event, you're about to witness a true David versus Goliath confrontation. In one corner is a man whose hard work, determination, and connection with the fans have brought him to this moment. Brutus, the Barber Beefcake, now making his way down to the ring. But his opponent tonight, the man who will be towering across the ring, a sight unlike anything the WWF audience has ever seen before, the 8th wonder of the world, as they call him, a man spoken about in awe and fear wherever he goes, Andre the Giant. Of course, he will be accompanied by the calculating Bobby the Brain Heenan, who we've already seen tonight. And this is heart and perseverance against size and legend. And the entire wrestling world will be watching here tonight to see if Brutus the Barber Beefcake can shock the world and score the most surprising upset victory in professional wrestling history in his debut match here in the WWF. Of course, Brutus Beefcake built his career through years of hard work in regional promotions, but now look at this, the man making his way down to the ring tonight, being transported to the ring by that little cart thing with Bobby the Brain Heenan, his manager. It is Andre the Giant. The entire crowd just in awe of the incredible size and power of Andre the Giant. It's hard to imagine any man being able to defeat this behemoth. But that is exactly what Brutus the Barber Beefcake will try to do tonight. Most here in this audience just hoping Brutus the Barber Beefcake doesn't get seriously injured in this match. Most aren't even considering the fact that he could win. But as in any match, it just takes that one moment, that one move, and you could shock the world. That's what Brutus the Barber Beefcake is hoping to do tonight. But this hush almost falling over this crowd as Andre the Giant works his way into the ring. Most in this audience have never seen a man so large, so strong, so powerful. And it's hard to imagine Brutus the Barber Beefcake being able to compete in this main event tonight. But don't count out the Barber. Beefcake is known for steadily improving his craft rather than instant stardom. He's developed a reputation as a reliable, determined competitor and has earned fan support through persistence and resilience. Whereas Andre the Giant, known worldwide as the eighth wonder of the world, he possesses unmatched size and strength unlike anything ever seen in professional wrestling. Look at this, Andre the Giant just immediately picking up Brutus the Barber Beefcake and dropping him down onto his knee, now choking him on the mat. Brutus the Barber Beefcake already in serious trouble in this match. Oh, look at that incredible counter there, though, by Brutus Beefcake. And Andre the Giant did go down. And now Brutus delivering left hands down onto Andre the Giant. Look at this, the crowd going absolutely wild, thinking Brutus may have a chance. But there's a right hand from Andre, and the Giant is right back in control. Now, Andre the Giant has competed internationally, becoming a global attraction. He has not lost in any match we have a record of, folks, due to obviously his overwhelming physical dominance. He commands respect simply by stepping into the ring and looking at this man. Look at the power there from Andre, breaking out of that move. And there's a right hand that Andre barely even felt. Brutus now backing away. He knows he's in trouble, but he's going to keep continuing to fight, as that's the type of competitor Brutus the Barber Beefcake is. But I think everyone in the audience here... Oh, look at this. Nice counter there from Brutus, but another right hand that Andre just laughs at. And Brutus definitely in trouble, trying to use his quickness there, delivers another right hand that Andre just laughs off, essentially. And Brutus in severe trouble here, folks. Look at this. Andre just crushing Brutus's head. Most in the crowd not even considering a Brutus the Barber Beefcake victory, just hoping he walks out of this ring not too damaged. Now here's a pin attempt. Andre maybe trying to take it easy on Beefcake. There's one, there's two. No, Brutus is not going to go out that easily. He kicks out, and you can see, well, Andre now maybe getting a little cocky. Now was trying to show up the Barber. And now look at this. Brutus in the tree of woe, but he counters out of it. Brutus refusing to go down easily, trying to get his arms around the behemoth, but Andre just reverses right out of it. Brutus, yet another right hand that Andre doesn't even feel. I think it's only a matter of time before the eighth wonder of the world gets his win in this debut match in the World Wrestling Federation. Good Andre taunting Brutus. Bobby the Brain Heenan shouting from the ringside. Oh, look at that devastating maneuver from Andre the Giant. The full weight of Andre crashing down on Brutus, but Brutus still fighting back. He's not ready to be done yet, and a big boot to the face. And he's got Andre hurting, folks. Could Brutus the Barber Beefcake do this? He's got the crowd going wild as Brutus finally has control in this match. It's been almost all Andre the Giant. Oh, and there's a big kick from the Giant, and Brutus is right back down on the mat and in trouble. There's a left hand from Andre. And now Andre just walking Brutus across the ring, delivers his head into the turnbuckle, but now Brutus fighting back one more time. Can this be it? Delivering successive elbows to the head, and now sending Andre to the ropes, but Andre counters and goes for a pin attempt. I don't think he's going to get a 3 count here. Oh, Brutus able to kick out. Bobby the Brain Heenan trying to get involved. He's removing a turnbuckle pad right in full view of the referee. Oh, look at that devastating move by Andre the Giant, but now Andre the Giant going for the pin, and the referee's too busy reattaching the turnbuckle pad to see this pin attempt. That move by Bobby the Brain Heenan backfired. I think Andre would have had the 3 count there, but the referee did not see it. And this match will continue. Can Brutus fight back and get control in this match? There's a big DDT from Brutus the Barber Beefcake, and the crowd once again trying to get behind the Barber as Beefcake rains down right legs, and Brutus is feeling it. He thinks he's got a shot. Andre is dazed. The crowd going absolutely wild here tonight in our main event. Could we see the upset of all time? Brutus going for the pin count. This could be it, folks. Now the referee, no, only counted, I believe, to 2. The crowd thought he might have had a chance. We have to say this is much better than anyone thought Brutus the Barber Beefcake would do tonight. But Andre the Giant, look at this, right back in the ring. Oh, look at that incredible clothesline from Brutus the Barber Beefcake, taking Andre the Giant out of the ring. And look at this, Beefcake going to the top rope. Incredible risky maneuver, but he connects. Andre the Giant is on the ropes, folks. He is in trouble. No one thought Brutus the Barber Beefcake could do it tonight, but here in the main event of Saturday night's main event episode number 2, he's got the 8th wonder of the world shook, folks. Could he complete this incredible upset of the biggest upset in wrestling history? But look at that, he delayed just a little too long getting back in the ring, and Andre the Giant with a devastating move, and that might be it. Brutus the Barber Beefcake got a little too cocky, but no, Brutus kicks out one more time. What an incredible main event we are witnessing, folks. We thought Andre the Giant would just run roughshod over Brutus the Barber Beefcake, but Beefcake has fought tooth and nail in this match. And it continues. Oh, look at this. This might be it, folks. There's the big bear hug from Andre the Giant. No man can withstand this. Brutus the Barber Beefcake risking broken ribs. He needs to tap out right away, and yes, he finally does. Andre the Giant ends the upset bid from Brutus the Barber Beefcake. And in the end, the 8th wonder of the world gets the victory as everyone expected, but it was definitely not in the fashion that everyone expected, as Brutus the Barber Beefcake definitely had his moments. He showed the WWF universe that he can compete with any man in this company. He stood toe-to-toe with the 8th wonder of the world, held his own, and nearly got the upset victory. But in the end, he was not able to complete that shocking upset that would have had the professional wrestling world buzzing for months. But he came close, ladies and gentlemen. That is a victory in and of itself. Here's the pin attempt where he nearly got the 3 count. And this was the high-risk maneuver from the top rope all the way to the outside of the ring. He connects. But once he went back into the ring, he took a little too long, allowed Andre to do that devastating move, and then this is the move that ended it. The incredible strength of Andre the Giant in that bear hug ends the match. And just as everyone predicted, Andre the Giant gets the victory. But what a performance we witnessed from the Barber tonight. Fans will not forget that anytime soon. You could see Andre struggling around the ring, showing just how much of a fight this was. But that will wrap things up for Saturday night's main event episode number 2, ladies and gentlemen. What incredible matches we saw. We'll see you again next week. Until then, good night, ladies and gentlemen.